What's going on, everybody? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today, I'm going to give you my reason that I believe that the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 are getting ready to crash and crash hard. And we're going to find out whether or not crypto will follow. The answer for the short term might surprise you. So stay tuned, guys. I want to tell you all about it. All right, everybody, we know the drill. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I share my technical analysis publicly, so you can use it however you see fit. Just remember, you manage your own money, you manage your own risk. If you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff, notification bell so you know every time I put out a new video. With that, we're gonna hop right into the charts because I've been charting a lot recently, a lot of different coins and a lot of different things. And the NASDAQ is one of the things I looked at, and we've had, since the COVID dump in March 2020, this is on a daily chart. You get your first swing low and you chart that up, and that's your uptrend. That's your trend line support for the uptrend. And that broke and retested and then broke down more. Now, what I want to show you is if you go back and take a look at my RSI trading strategy video, it is the absolute best strategy I've ever used. And this fits it perfectly to put a short position on. And this is why I think the market will dump. We have a high, and we had a high RSI of 78. We had a higher high, we had a high RSI of 73, and then we had a high that was in between the two, but the RSI was all the way down to 58. This is a big loss of momentum on the upswing. And look, it traded down and broke the 21. So you sort of get the 21 curve. Then it broke the 50. Now we're getting the 50 curve. We've got the 21 curving down, the 50 curving down. What happens next is a cascade of selling pressure. This is a cascading event. We've broken the trend line, we've broken the 21, we've broken the 50, and they've broken down clean and have retested. This will trade down to the 200. Now, I don't know how long it will take. This could be a month, 2 months, whatever. But I could see this getting down to the 200 moving average, and from here to there would be another 10% down, or roughly 10%, let's call it 10. It could be, early February, middle of February, we're down to the 200 moving average, and people will be going bananas because in these markets, you see trading below the 200 as absolutely bearish. That kind of a loss is bearish. And the S&P 500, the SPX, is the exact same thing. You see first swing low after the COVID dump, and then test, keep riding up. And what do we have here? We've got a high with an RSI of 76, then we have a higher high with an RSI of 60. So again, losing momentum, double tapping this trend line. We're touching the trend line way more often, more quickly. Look how long I went without touching. It barely got close to it. It never crossed the 50. After this touch, it never crossed the 50-day moving average again until it got to here, and it kept touching it, and now it broke below the trend line, broke below the 50. We've got both moving averages curling. The S&P 500 might have a day up to where it retests the 50, and if it doesn't break back above it, and at least trading in a range between these two moving averages, it will dump as well and dump down to the 200. And again, that's going to be another large measured move down in roughly 10%. That's huge. Those are huge dumps. And in the long term, while this happens, crypto will follow. Crypto doesn't exist in a bubble, guys. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. Crypto will follow. Bitcoin will follow. Now, see, on a daily, Bitcoin's already been super dumpy. Super dumpy for Bitcoin. And we all know this. This is not this is not by any means a surprise or anything new. I'm not saying anything new. But what I'm about to tell you may surprise you. I'm getting ready to put long positions in a handful of altcoins. There are a handful that I'm looking at to potentially go long on. You see this dumpiness. But I trade on swings, on small swings, on day trades, on the hourly chart, on a 30-minute chart. Take a look at this on the hourly, or once I can get this in decent range. We are been in a straight downtrend for days. I think this short-term trend line will break, We've got bullish divergence here on these lows. We've got bullish divergence. We break this and we get back to the 200 and we get to about 43 and a half, maybe 44K on Bitcoin. And that will likely give us a lower high and probably produce a new lower low after that. So keep that in mind. Still bearish long term, but I think there is a small relief rally in play. Solano, look at this. Short-term downtrend has been very much down since the 16th of January. Down, down, down. Broke the trend line. If we break above the 21 and break above the 50, then we get those hooking moving averages. We start to get those to hook, and we can trade at least up to the 200. You know, we get from the 50 to the 200, that's a 5% swing. That's a 5.8%. And if I zoom out, you'll see the long-term bigger downtrend, and we could potentially get all the way up to that point. See the longer term, this is all the way back to November. You see the big downtrend. We're so far away from that initial trend line for the longer term trend, we could trade up to that trend line. And you know, it might be a little bit wider out, it might be a little bit longer, but so this would be on the January 30th, 10 days from now, or even, you know, 6 days from now. We could be up to 160, but still reject off of this trend and still create now a new lower low. So keep that in mind, that right now is a potential for short-term bullish activity, but don't let it fool you for a long-term move. Do not let this fool you for a long-term bullish move, because so many coins are doing it. I'm just going to speed run through and show you these trend lines. Almost everything is trading in the same trend. Look, broke the trend line on FTM. BAT broke the trend line. Ravencoin broke the trend line. Wait for these to start breaking above the 21, break above the 50. Get the RSI on the hourly above the 50 line on the RSI. That is your bullish bearish split. Below 50, if this stays below 50, if this hits 50 and bounces down off of it, we're going to break back below this trend line and we're going to set a new low. If it goes above 50, we break the 21, then we break the 50 moving average, and now we've got a potential for a short-term swing to get 8%. We could get back up to the 200, because even on this short-term downswing, the short-term downswing started with the 200 being resistance. 200 resistance, 200 resistance. That to me would suggest that once we've broken this far away from it, we've gapped it, we can come back up and hit it. Still, again, I want to keep reiterating this long-term downtrend, but a relief rally. VET, same thing. Downtrend, breaking this short-term downtrend line. There's your big downtrend up here, way up there. Double bottom here. RSI, bullish divergence, could see a nice swing. You know, you get in at the 50 once the 50 breaks, and again, you're looking at a 5 to 6% swing trade, just getting back to the 200. And if you're trading like me on 10x leverage, each one of those moves is 40%, 50%. So nice big moves. Ethereum is the first one to have crossed the 21. We broke the trend line. Now we're on the crossing the 21. This will start to curl. This will start to curl once the 50 breaks, and we are above the 50 on the RSI. That is what we're looking for. And you see this whole way down, this low, lowest RSI, this low, higher RSI, this low, higher RSI, getting more strength, building strength, going down to break that downtrend. So guys, you can do this on your own. You can check all these charts. You can set a downtrend for the short term or on the hourly. You see this short-term downtrend that we've been in. Pretty much everything since the 16th of January. Pretty much everything's been doing the same thing. Curl these averages up, get a short-term long position, but remember, the long-term, the overall market structure is bearish. Keep that in mind. With that being said, guys, that's going to be the video for today. That's it. I think we have a short-term move to go long, but long-term we are extremely bearish. And when these markets go, when the SPX and the NASDAQ finally make their cascading dump, crypto will be punished for it. I can almost guarantee it. So stay careful. Stay careful. Manage your money. With that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed. And as always, until next time, peace.